She kept saying she was almost ready to change, almost ready to try, almost ready to become the person she dreamed of being. But one evening, one quiet, unexpected moment showed her that almost was the very thing holding her back. Here's a story for anyone who knows they want more from life, but can't seem to push themselves toward it. Her name was Hania. 24, smart, full of potential everyone else could see. Except her. She wanted success. She wanted a life that felt bigger than the one she woke up to every morning. But wanting something, and being willing to do what it takes, those were two different worlds she hadn't crossed yet. From the outside, her life looked fine. She had a decent job, a small circle of people who cared, and a list of dreams she kept in a notebook she never opened anymore. But inside, she felt stuck, the kind of stuck that makes you breathe a little heavier when you think about the future. Every morning she promised herself she'd start fresh. She'd wake up early, she'd work harder, she'd be focused. And every night she fell asleep with the same quiet guilt. I didn't do enough today. Again. It wasn't laziness, not really. It was fear. Fear of failing. Fear of not being good enough. Fear that discipline would demand more from her than she believed she had to give. But everything changed one evening. It was a Sunday. Slow, windy, the kind of day that makes you think about your life a little too deeply. She was sitting in her room, scrolling through everyone else's achievements, feeling that familiar tightness in her chest, when her younger cousin Aisha walked in holding a trophy. "Appa, look, I won first prize." Hania forced a smile. "That's amazing. I'm proud of you." But the girl didn't leave. She sat beside her, trophy in hand, swinging her legs softly like she was thinking about something important. Then she said a line that hit harder than any motivational speech could. "I won because I practiced every day, even when I didn't want to." Such a simple sentence, a child's sentence, but those words sliced through the excuses Hania had polished for years. Here she was, an adult, waiting for motivation. And a little girl had already learned the truth. Practice builds success. Discipline carries you to it. After Aisha left the room, the silence felt heavier than before. Heavy, but clarifying. Hania stared at her own hands, realizing how many times she had been the only thing holding herself back. She whispered into the quiet, almost embarrassed to admit it. "I want to change, but I don't act like someone who wants to." And that was the moment something shifted. Not a dramatic breakthrough, not a lightning bolt of clarity. Just a slow, honest acceptance that success wouldn't come from wanting. It would come from showing up. The next morning wasn't magical. Her alarm still annoyed her. Her eyes were still tired. Her brain still whispered, "Maybe skip today." But she didn't. She made her bed. She wrote down 3 tasks. She completed them, imperfectly, slowly, clumsily, but she completed them. Day 1 became day 2. Day 2 became day 5. Something strange started happening. Her confidence didn't grow because she succeeded. It grew because she showed up, even when she didn't feel like it. She realized discipline wasn't strictness. It wasn't punishment. It was love, the kind of love you show yourself by doing what your future self will thank you for. Slowly, her days began to look different. She stopped waiting for the right mood. She stopped chasing motivation like it was some rare spark that only appears once a month. She built small habits, tiny ones, but they stacked like bricks until they formed the foundation she had always needed. And people around her noticed the shift, not because she became successful, overnight, but because she started carrying herself like someone who believed she could be. Her face looked calmer, her voice steadier, her actions intentional, her excuses fewer. One evening, weeks later, she looked at that same notebook she had always avoided. She opened it, not with guilt, but with a quiet smile. Because this time, she knew she wasn't dreaming in circles. She was becoming the kind of woman who could make those dreams real. She wrote one sentence at the top of a fresh page. "Success isn't waiting for me. It's waiting for my discipline." And for the first time in her life, she believed it. She wasn't perfect. She slipped sometimes, but she no longer quit at the first sign of discomfort. She no longer feared being a beginner. She no longer doubted her ability to keep a promise to herself, because she finally understood something most people never realize. Discipline isn't a burden. It's freedom. The freedom to become who you were always capable of being. In the end, she didn't chase success. She built the discipline that made success walk toward her.